Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play Astronaut. It's from the creator of Mushroom Oasis, and it also has a Yandere. So let's begin. Vessel. Bid Dumdary 221. Destination mechanic. Please input crewmates identification. Digital wave. The moment my eyes flickered open, I instantly knew something was wrong. The bright red lights flooded the ambience. The bright red lights flooded the ambience within my private quarters, leaving everything looking blood-soaked and gruesome. For a second there was a pulse of fear in my chest before it faded, my logic stifling my instincts, telling me it was too soon to panic. Despite how the crimson hue signaled danger all around me, it was better to keep my head on straight. My hand reaches up to scratch an uncomfortable itch on my collar, only to find my arm was caught underneath my toppled desk. Luckily, my suit cushioned most of the impact, leaving a dull edge and nothing more. I just love the art. Still getting over the COVID. I found out I was negative, but they gave me 3 more days off from work, so I guess work is YouTube for 3 days. Grunting with effort, I kicked off the offending furniture and set up to access everything, fixing my visor over my eyes. I create a quick glance around my room. Some furniture toppled on their sides, and my usual neat shelf of books and trinkets chaotic and disorganized. I was surprised it's not floating around the space. Did the ship crash into something while I was asleep? Usually there was a piercing alarm accompanied by the emergency lights, but oddly enough, it's gone quiet. It's like a Doctor Who episode right here. Either I slept through it somehow, or something else happened for it to malfunction. As the person in charge of repairs and maintenance, that didn't bode well with me in the slightest. Just the sheer volume of that siren should have woken me up. Sigh. I call out the room, expecting a mandatory, if a little static, voice to respond back. The delayed response from the ship's AI weren't common, but they could still happen. As a spacecraft shipping nothing but Earthian pet supplies across the galaxy, we weren't really working with the most advanced tech there is. It just made me think of what is that so there's a Star Wars thing where it's it's the cartoon the Lower Decks, where their ship's just the supply ship. Not to mention the budget cuts. I sighed, already feeling a migraine forming in the back of my head. Sigh, can you spawn, please? Still nothing. I clicked my tongue. That's not a good start. I inhaled deeply and stood up to exit my room, my boots clunking down the hall, and the only accompaniment I had as I made my way to the main console. Along the way, I didn't see any other signs of disturbance, not like the one in my room at least. I scratched my arm, keeping a lookout for any trouble. Everything seemed to be business as usual, other than the emergency lights, that is. A nagging thought crept in my mind and my head. While I wanted to take the current situation seriously, I couldn't help feel skeptical. Wasn't there one of their pranks again? Wait, they've been pranking you? It's been a few months of me working for this company. I was expecting the hazard phase to die out any day now. Hazing phase to die out. Or at least I hope it would eventually. There's only so many ways one could keep themselves entertained on a shipping vessel months into a trip, I suppose. I just hate the fact that I was in one of those ways. Regardless, whatever's happening is worth investigating, awful coworkers or not. I could only hope I got out of this without any lasting trouble. Reaching the main console of the ship, I frowned at the absence of my crewmates. It was getting a little ridiculous how quiet the space was, other than the ambient humming and the occasional beeps from the console. At first, I didn't want to feel offended at the fact that nobody came to fetch me if it was a possible emergency, but the grating silence only formed a pit in my stomach. Captain? Like, where are you, Captain? Anyone? Is this another despairing bit? Because it wasn't funny the last 2 times either. The lights are a nice touch, though. No stifled, tropes. No snarky clips. Blistering from the quiet, I called out again. Come on, guys. I'd rather you insult me than leave me in the dark like this. Nothing. I sighed and shuffled over to the main panel. Pulling the lever to disable the emergency lights, the dark, gory tint of the room fades away into the usual sterile white. Glad to see that that's working fine. Standing there, I expected someone to at least reveal themselves already. It's like a game of chicken to see if I break down first. I fold my arms, standing awkwardly in the center of the room. Nothing but absolute stifling silence. Guys. With every passing second, a heavy sense of tribulation grew. Like, where are they? I swallowed down the inevitability. I had to accept that I wasn't a that I had to swallow the possibility. I had to accept that I had to swallow down the possibility that I had to accept that it wasn't a practical joke after all, shuffling the console hurriedly. I crooked the rest of the systems. Artificial gravity, navigation, communications. My brows furrowed as I squinted down at all the panels. It's like everything was reset. I perked up as I caught sight of the reboot logo on the ship flumping it back and forth onto one of the screens. Sigh, AP must be restarting. Like an hour later, it's like, still resetting. I waited impatiently for the familiar dinking chime to ding for the speakers. Sigh. Hello. The low droning voice was littered with more static than usual. I was just glad to hear someone talk back. Oh, thank gods. Is everything alright? You don't sound too good. The current state of my systems are suboptimal. Several of my primary functions are disabled or inoperable. I recommend repairs immediately. I'll get right on that once I figure out what's going on. It's like, I'm double fixing the AI now. I fidgeted with my tool belt as I thought of something simple to ask. What happened to the ship? Where's everyone else? One crewmate accounted for. Just one? That was concerning. There's supposed to be 5 of us. Can you, scan for everyone else? Negative. What? Why? They're all dead? We're in a Doctor Who episode now? As I mentioned, I am in dire need of repairs. My biometrics scanners are inoperable. My tracking systems are inoperable. My surveillance networks is inoperable. Okay, I get it. Okay, I got it. What could possibly cause so much damage in my sleep? Aliens. What happened to the ship? That was a short pause before Sai was able to respond. Significant impact was detected against rear interior of the ship. My brows blazed. What hit? We hit something? Affirmative. I glimpsed my worst fear comes true. I was really hoping that wasn't the case. And how long ago? Approximately 24 minutes ago. Minutes ago. And I was passed out on the floor the entire time. This might be more serious than I thought. Okay, that answers that. How bad is it? Unknown. Manual assessment required. I gulped, my breath stealing for a second. The thoughts of having to leave the safety of the ship and crawl along the outside, tempting by nothing but a flimsy cable to expect damage. Who knows how bad. I leaned forward as a nervous laugh spilled between my teeth, hands gripping the edges of the console to stay myself. I'll get to that later. Internal suits are locked at... I said I'll get to it later. I don't recommend postponing the repairs. It's affecting my performance significantly. I'm not postponing. I'm just building up to it. I really insist that you drop it, Sai. Very well. Deep down, I knew it was foolish to disregard Sai's advice. I was a mechanic, for God's sake. Fixing things was the entire point of me being hired onto the crew. I didn't need a semi-advanced AI to tell me that. I turned my attention back to the console. My eyes were glued to the big red button right at the edge, my hand twitching with the urge to press it. Maybe it was too soon to panic, but with everything going on, I was stumped on what to do. I held back, clenching my hands into the fist so tight I could hear my gloves squeak. If I pressed that button and made a fool of myself, not a single person on this vessel would let me live it down. Dread forming in my throat, I dragged my boots across the floor, ignoring the tremors in my hands as I prepare to head to the loading bay. Pausing at the door, I threw out one last question in the air. We're not in immediate danger, are we? Sigh. Are we in danger? Air. I pinched my brows, gathering whatever courage I had. Astrophobia be damned. I had to do my job. Traversing down the halls, I kept my eye out for any signs of my crew members. While repairing the bib diary was my main priority at the moment. It did not hurt to see if I could find any of my absent colleagues. Plus, I wasn't really thrilled at the idea of leaving the ship without someone watching my back. Maybe I was still holding on to the hope that this was all some sick joke. They just upped the game with their pranks is all, seeing as they haven't gotten a decent reaction out of me in a while. They couldn't have possibly abandoned me, right? Just as my thoughts were about to spiral into negative territory, I heard faint footsteps from down the hall. My head whipped to the side, just in time for me to catch a glimpse of one of my crewmates donned in one of their eternal suits. Were they from the loading bay? The helmet shone against the bright light, obscuring the wearer inside as they darted out of sight. My hope rekindled. I quickly pursued them down the hall. Hey! I turned the corner just to see their back in time. Hey, wait up! They instantly stopped, spinning on their heel and staring back at me with rigid spine. I couldn't see their eyes from behind the darkened glass, but I could feel the weight of their gaze. I looked down at the name tag on her suit, but it seemed to have been ripped off. Whoever it was, I don't care. I'm glad I finally found someone. I was this close to thinking. I hesitated, biting down my tongue. I couldn't show this person. I was freaking out. Absolutely not. Anyways, where's everyone else? Do you know where they are? They stood completely still, seeming to tremor slightly. Guruma? Their voice came out muffled. What? Hang on, let me just... I reached over to flicker the mic on their helmet. They paused for a moment before speaking once more, their hesitant voice ringing through. Luna? That's better. They seemed to vibrate with excitement. Ah, Dwight! Amazing to see you. Amazing too. I looked over their frame, trying to pinpoint their height or look for any indicator that I knew who this was. Whoever it was, they were probably short. Is that you, Marcus? They bristled as if offended. The doctor? You? It's like Doctor Who reference? He's smelly like a meteor shrugs and star ablaze. Okay. Is that Kyra? They scoffed. Nosy cook? She's smelly too. Oh, who could it possibly be? Based on their attitude, so far I didn't seem like it was anyone I recognized. I clawed my brain for another hint. I'm pretty sure that's not you, Ben. They made an indigent noise. I'm none of your friends. None of my... Oh, are you, the new recruit we got a few days ago? What a terrible time for interjections. I definitely heard in passing through gossip's management sent us. Yeah, another new recruit for our small crew. They're usually considered an extra set of hands around the ship. Something about training on the job. I felt bad. They probably just paid pennies for a position that wasn't even permanent. Not to mention, ending up in a busted ship days after arriving. Normally in 2 months, they'd be dropped off at the next depot, and we'll be picking up a new stranger in their place. At least if things went well and the ship doesn't explode. I hide the guilt in my eyes behind a smile. In that case, I don't think we've met. I'm usually so busy running around the ship doing other people's errands. Anyway, I'm Digital Wave. I held out my hand. And you are? They froze again, staring at my hand as expecting it to grow teeth and start snapping at them. Luna, you will shake my hand? Their hands darted out to grip mine tightly, squeezing so hard I let out a involuntary yelp. Hey, watch the grip! They quickly erased my hand, recoiling. Oh, my mistake. Sorry, I mean to say Digital Wave. I didn't mean to meet you so soon. I was still in the middle of cleaning. Cleaning? I raised a brow. Since when do we start hiring janitors? They gave me a Tissy see? Awkward laugh, like the torting of a bird call. Not the kind of cleaning I talk about, but yes. Okay. For the life of me, I couldn't pinpoint what accent they spoke in. I'm sorry, what was your name again? They stilled. I did not. They look around before pouring at my tool belt silently. You call me Wrench. You blink behind my vision. I blink behind my visor. Pardon? Wrench? Yes. Like the shiny thing on your hip. Look full. I glanced down at it before regarding them with a incredulous squint. Okay, so they're definitely a alien in here. My colleagues probably put them up to this. I'm not calling you that. They deflated, shoulders sinking in disappointment. Oh, fine. You could call me... Tom. Adam? Atom. I get it. Atom. As in atom bomb. They gave a huffy sigh. Arms. Akabo? You're tiny bit deaf. I will remember. I'm not. Words sound the same. When did they start hiring such eccentric members? What kind of name is Adam anyway? Adam anyway. Adam Bomb baby. At least it was better than Wrench. I shook my head, resisting the urge to just turn around and leave. You didn't answer me, though. Do you know where anyone else is? They shrug, tearing back and forth to on their toes. I have not seen them. They might be hiding. I narrow my eyes in doubt. Why would they be hiding? By the ways, I have a very important question. It means life and death. What? What is it? What is your favorite color? What? Yeah, this is life and death. What is your favorite color? Jeez, wax. What? I want answer now. Fine. It's purple. Royal. Purple, like dazzling dust rain. Very elegant. I will remember. I spurred, giving them a deadpan look. What are you, 12? I think a 12-year-old wouldn't be asking about your favorite color like that. That's more like a 5-year-old. You didn't have time for this. I am 6 moons old, actually. Stop messing around. 6 years old? Look, I don't know what your deal is, but we have missing crewmates in a malfunctioning ship. Now you're not freaking out is beyond me, but could you please get your head on straight and help me figure this out? They stayed silent, barely moving a muscle. My glare faltered. Maybe I was a little harsh. At least until they started clapping their hands with a soft giggle. Inspire. I will help you I would help you to the ends of the galaxy, Luna. This is our Yandere. It's Digital Wave. Digital Wave, of course. Silly the me. I huffed, resting the urge to rub my temples. Rookies. We're under the impression that I was supposed to be born. Still, the presence of a very strange individual as company was better than none at all. Where was I? Oh, right. Loading bay. Exosuit. Fixing ship. 3 simple things. I cleared my throat, hiding my anxiety as my arm gestured towards the opposite of the hall where they were headed. I need someone to watch my back while I go outside. They perked up. Outside? You would like to swim? I frowned at the strange analogy before nodding. Yeah. Sai told me there was some damage outside the ship. Who is Sai? Oh, I blank. The AI of the ship. Oh, of course. The I. Yeah, you're definitely an alien, and you're definitely a Yandere. But but there's no need, Luna. I already fixed it. You already did? I was wondering why they were wearing a suit. It had to be for a reason. Hang on, I thought you were cleaning. I have many talents. Skillful. That's great. I guess I don't have to then. I stood there awkwardly, rerouting my priorities now that one of my major tasks was taken care of. I had to admit, I was relieved. Anything to keep me from the first I could be from the vastness of space. I guess all that's left is to find the others. They didn't seem too happy about that. Others? Why? Why? What? Why? Is that why is that even worth asking? They lifted their head as if to give me a passive-aggressive look behind their dark helmet. I am sure they're around. Wasting. It didn't take a genius to figure out how Adam felt about the rest of the team. My coworkers must be giving them the newbie treatment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably killed them all. Hate their guts, huh? They tilted quietly. Their guts? Yes. But you care. So, I will follow. Hopping on their feet, they clamped their hands once more. It will be a chance for me to know you better, Luna. Digital wave. I sighed turning around to start heading towards the cabins. Let's go. Let's us. Hours of searching for up and down and sideways. We were looking for every possible nook and cranny of the ship I could think of. Picked clean as a carcass. And I was just going insane. Or did they really actually abandon me? I don't understand. Where could they be? Adam fiddled with their glove, humming an incoherent tune. Gone. I exhaled shakily, digging my hand for my hair. How? They time jerks, but this is too much. They couldn't just ditch me. Where could they have gone? Where would they even go? Do not fret, Luna. You're not alone. You have me! My eye twitched. They're not as big of a reassurance as you think it is. That's not big of a reassurance as you think it is. Pa. Would you like to eat? I think you should eat. Humans feel better after food, yes. What do you cook now too? Next to cleaning and fixing. I do many things. I couldn't muster up the energy to even sigh. We already have Kira handling our meals. Kyla? They spattered, as if they just spat on their boots. Her foot is severe. Heartily crunchy. I paused for a moment, wondering if I should question them further, but decided it wasn't worth the interrogation. If you say so. If you're a janitor, mechanic, and cook, so you're a janitor, mechanic, and cook. What planet did they pick you up from, huh? They flickered their wrist as if I've given them a compliment. Rejoice! I'm very talented. I can do anything for you, Luna. Anything except find our crewmates, apparently. That they probably killed. They shrugged nonchalantly, just to not to care in the not a care in the world. Their empathy was something to behold. It wasn't my job to judge, but I couldn't help feel suspicious. I'm already suspicious. He certainly met a lot of different types of people working this job. I straightened. Adam did mention they fixed the ship, didn't they? I figured asking Sai again would be worth a shot. Not to mention, for these cases, maybe it was about time to look through the logs. Let's head back to the main. Maybe I could figure out what's happened there. They gave an emphatic double thumbs up, eager to follow close, with a pip in their step. I was still deciding whether I preferred being alone or not. Casting my blessings, I suppose. We entered the main console, my step leading me to the archives unit. Keying in my ID, I scrolled through the past few hours, only to feel my heart shrivel, freeze up, and drop in the span of a second. Every single log, field in existence, was corrupted. Oh, even the backlogs, even the backups of those backups. How could it... Hey, did you wave? I actually just remembered in their life and death question. Not now, Adam. My fingers worked the keys, digging around for anything. Adam fidgeted and shuffled behind me. But it's very important. I mean, it's very much this time. I said not now. They made in jinglet vigilant noise, mumbling under breath. Grumpy, I will remember. Other than that, they were supposed to stay put, watching me closely as I analyzed over the console. Where is everything? I yelped as the console sparks, static, fiddling with the screen before it turned off completely. What? What? No! I could only stare back at my reflection, wisp of smoke curling between the crevice of the keys. Adam leaned over my shoulder to take a peek. Do you have time for the life and death question now? I closed my eyes and exhaled deeply, counting to 3 before exhaling. What is it? Adam made a happy noise, glad to have my attention again. What can we eat? I frowned my brows. What do you mean? They shuffled impatiently, tapping their foot. What can you eat? What can you eat without dying? Horrible pain, choking death. Will you explode like a clatterbug if I give you nuts? Or will you will flail and liquefy if I give you lactose? Were they asking if I have any allergies? They mentioned something about cooking, didn't they? Our dietary information and restrictions are in our files. You didn't think to check? I could hear the pout in their voice. Reading will take time. You will tell me now. I roll my eyes, irritation clear my face. If it gets you off my back. I can eat anything. Convenient. I will remember. Except for tomatoes. I fixed them with a pointed look. Aren't you worried, Adam? Where is everyone else? Shouldn't you be asking about their favorite colors and their tummy problems too? At the questions, their demeanor shifted. No. They starve. They starve. The dead serious, and their voice completely threw me off. It was full of stone cold menace, unlike anything I ever heard from them. I know they can be a little insufferable at times, trust me, I know. But the fact that they're missing is still a huge concern. They fold their arms. a rising heat in their tone. They are mean and bossy, kick you around. The captain, she's the worst. I will never forgive her. I blink, wondering where that even came from. How did you? I shook my head, my frustrations rising from every second of the interaction with this newbie. That doesn't matter. The entire situation's wrong. Can't you see that? They shrugged. Everything I want to care about is right here. Never mind. I glance over to the control panel, eyes scanning over the buttons and the dials before landing on the very circling big red button. I walk towards it. What are you doing? Calling for help. Captain always said not to press it unless necessary, but the circumstances are dire. Or at least I would if the big red button didn't burst into sparks and smoke just as my fingers reached for it. I stared slack-jawed at my hand hovering mid-air, 1 foot away from what could have been my last ticket to salvation, away from this mess. What is happening? Amongst the many entities living in the stars, there gotta be one out there. Absolutely detest my entire whole being. Adam made a hum of acknowledgement, staring at the console. Bad luck. I scoffed, gritting my teeth as I fumbled with my tool belt. Luck has nothing to do with this. Getting on my knees, I work at the panels and beneath the main console until it popped off with unceremonious clunk. Adam stiffs behind me. I only froze in horror and attempted to comprehend what I was looking at. What was supposed to be wires and circuit boards riddled with pulsing, icky testicles. Oh. Not testicles. Worms. They bobbled, waved, and slid beneath the internal circuitry, bearing any possible attempts I have to even tinker with it. Every instant I decide to proceed anyway. I pulled out my screwdriver and poked the closest part with the tip. They wiggled away in response. Whoever they were, spawned into Simli. That's creepy. A voice mumbled softly next to my ear. I don't think you should touch that, Luna. My grip tightened on my screwdriver. I don't think so either. I left it open, refusing to touch it more than I had to, even with my gloves on. But I had to be sure. One by one, I pry open every hatch and opening I could think of within the room. Oh, yep, there's more. Nothing but worms. Adam fidgeted with their hands, silent for all the while. For once, they seemed to understand my growing desperation. My gut roiled in disgust as I tossed the final panel away, the metal clunking against the floor. They've taken over the ship. Missing crewmates. Malfunctioning AI. Unknown funking organisms crawling for the ship. What? Is anyone even supposed to do in this situation? I never trained for this. Or was I? Was that orientation but orientation was months ago. And all they told us was to press the big red frickin' button. Pacing around and forth, fidgeting with the flops on my tool belt, muttering situations under my breath. Doctor Who trained me what to do. Panic and find the targets and run. Luna? Digital wave. I do not see why you worry. Why? Do you not see the worms everywhere? I have seen them before. Safe. My steps halted at the casual emission. You've seen them before? They're not dangerous? Safe. Secure. But you told me not to touch them. Just because safe does not mean touch. I glance around the room, uncomfortable. Tingles run on my arms, just looking at all the wiggling. With the haze of panic, I picked up the distant smell of burnt eggs. Sulfur? It's like sulfur. It's sulfur smell. I held back the urge to gag. Tell me you can look at all this and not want to puke. They jerked as if if I just assaulted their mother, which I probably did. 1. That is rude. 2. You seem worse. The worms are sprawling out of the floor, disappearing through the gates at the feet. But there's so many. They tutted in disappointment. Are you also scared of 100 million ants? Probably more so with the ants. That sounds terrifying. You are a giant to ants, Una. Well, scared of ants, I remember. What was that? Nothing. Worms are safe. Immediately, their easygoing demeanor about the whole thing did not help me calm a little. A detail they seem pleased by. I have another life in-depth question. Not another one of these. Is this a hobby of yours? What animal is your favorite? Don't ignore my question with another question. Animal, now! Oh my god. Okay, cat. Wonder. I will remember. Can you take it easy with the ice breakers already? But understand, Luna, it's so much fun. Stop calling me that. What's wrong with calling you Luna? Nothing's wrong with it. It's just not my name. So, I can call you Luna? That's not what I said. Okay. I groan, burying my face in my hands. It's like, no, it's not listening. Or they're not listening. Do what you want. They giggle cheerfully, hopping on one foot. I will. Can you get back to the worms? If you've seen them before, then how do you deal with them? You do not? I'm sorry, you do not? We deal with worms? Why deal with worms if safe? Just because safe does not mean let them infest the entire ship, Adam. Why not? Do I really need to explain? Actually, don't answer that. You know what about stopping? You know what? What? Stop talking. I'm just going to. Sigh. A soft crackle amid with the speakers. How may I assist? I slump in relief at hearing the monstrous voice once more. Monstrous voice. Meanwhile, atoms seemed to huff in annoyance, folding their arms after being brushed aside. I gave them a short glance of acknowledgement before turning my attention back to the ceiling. Where's the nearest station where we could dock at? The nearest station is probably 555. Calculating. Apologies, I cannot finalize the distance. What? I thought you were fixed. I was. It seems my navigation systems have been tampered with. I have been tampered with. I know you said that, but in what way? A different way. If Sai has a neck, I would definitely ring it. I would be gently ringing it. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Like changed, altered? Affirmative. Who would... I look over at Adam, out of the corner of my eye, who's been staring at me the whole time. A brief second of paranoia filled my chest before I quickly clouded it. They've been with me for the past few hours. It didn't make sense. Is it the same for everything else? Does it feel like everything has been altered, I mean? Yes and no. Upon rebooting, several of my usual functions have been inoperable. However, ever since my waking up, the loss of control has been increasing in increments since. Wait, what? You're telling me you're worse off than before? Affirmative. Why didn't you tell me sooner? My internal, directives were also tampered with. Alternative directives were also tampered with. As of 60 minutes ago. I can't do what is not asked of me. I groaned. Loss of control? So what does that mean? Are we being hijacked? Why would anyone want to take over the stupid vessel? We just deliver Earthling pet kibble and plutonium grade chew toys. It's not an attack. The source is from within. Within? The worms. It must have been those gross worms crawling through the systems. What can I do? May I suggest? Interrogating the new... I have a suggestion. My head slowly turned to regard the newbie with an empathetic look. Yes, Adam? Take a walk with me. My glance turned furious at their nonsense. In what 70 billion galaxy would that help? I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're a worm now. So, you told me those things were safe, and look at what they did. We're stranded. Despite practically rolling up in their faces, their helmet tilted, nothing but drivelance radiating off their body. Walk will help. Promise. Adam, promise, Luna. It will help. Take a walk with Adam. Maybe it was the fact that I just needed a breather, but I ended up agreeing to go with Adam. They could tell I was about to accept their invitation, considering they took a step towards me and yanked me forward by the wrist before I could even say a word. The next thing I knew, my boots were thumping against the grates behind theirs, their grip around my wrist, firm without a chance for me to slip. Their side laughter echoes as they lead me down the halls, less of a brisk walk and more of a merry jog. They confidently took turns without even glancing to check. It seems like they have a destination in mind. Eventually, they stop in front of the airlocks, or rather, what they used as the garbage chute. Technology wasn't sophisticated on the ship. This was something I had to accept ages ago. Every time I came into proximity around this area, I worried the creakings would finally give way to a collapsed doorway, sucking me into the abyss. I kinda understood why Adam brought me here. The view through the glass, separating us from oblivion, is in the other room, was still immediately breathtaking. Though in my case, it would be little, considering I had to hold back a panic attack every time I caught a glimpse outside. Probably should have gone in a spaceship then. I suppose even terrified of space until I got this job. I wasn't even terrified of space until I got this job. Some practical jokes have just leave a worse impression than others. Adam doesn't notice my subtle distress, or even if they did, decide to ignore it. It is like I remembered. Remember, you've been here before? Many moons ago. One day I take you swimming. Swimming? All right, they met outside. Just the very thought made my palms sweat, my heart sinking within my ribcage. Did they really get the thrill of being thrill from helplessly floating out in space? It would explain why they haven't taken off their suit yet. I don't think I can. Yes, you can. It's easy. They reached my hand, entering our fingers and squeezing gently through our gloves. Let them. The contact was out of the blue, but at this point, I came to accept my crewmate's quirks. Otherwise, I wouldn't have agreed to this nonsense in the first place. Maybe the stress of unknown was making me lenient. I couldn't see their face, but I could somehow tell that they were beaming. Wait, we're not doing this now, right? I want to go outside. They tilted their head in confusion. We are not. You are not wearing suit for swimming. Oh. I relaxed. Then, is there a reason we're holding hands next to the dumpster? Many reasons. Many reason. Can you give me, like, one? They hum and thought. I remember great happiness here. Huh? You asked for reason. This is the reason. They tightened their grip, stepping forward into my space, their helmet nearly bumping my nose. I startled, leaning back. I can tolerate the hand holding, but I appreciate my own bubble, or of oxygen, Adam. They laugh again, white and airy. I'll make your oxygen for you. What? I only want to see you. Are you trying to see every single pore in my face too? They tilted. They tilted again. A smile in their voice. You're funny. I remember. I sighed. This was barely a joke. Why do you keep saying that you keep tabs on me? They paused briefly before realizing what I was referring to. I should have known. Must have known. Everything to make Luna happy. Nothing else that is matter will matter. I held my breath, staring at them in bewilderment. At this point, I couldn't even deny anymore. It was clear Adam was smitten. God knows why. That's a bold confession. Not bold enough. Never enough. Okay, calm down there. Should I just ask? Are you in love with me? It wouldn't hurt to ask, right? Maybe the sooner I get them to admit it, the sooner we could stop the ridiculous ridiculous outing and focus on what actually mattered. Are you in love with me? Their hands dropped mine as they were hot coals. Luna. Love? Love does not begin. They lunged from my hands again, squeezing tighter and tighter. You will let me? I was just asking. Will you let me? That depends. On what? If you save the ship? Adam chokes on a laugh. Save the ship. Save the ship. Save the ship. Easy. I am almost done cleaning. Cleaning? The lights flicker, churning to the colored hue. Your favorite. I blinked. The lights weren't meant to do that. What did you just do? They laughed cheerfully, holding out their arms as if proud. I made the ship better. You will not need Sai anymore. You will not need friends anymore. I will care for everything. Food, flesh, favorite things. Everything will be your liking, my Luna Nova. What? Alright. You're a tiny bit deaf. Should I repeat? No. Can you explain what's going on? Okay, so yeah, I definitely remembered. What did you just do to the ship? Where are my comrades? Ha ha ha. If I'm being honest, you will not like me. Their words sent a cold chill on my back, and it's like after you say this, you see like a wonder crewmate's corpse floating in space. Oh crap! Their words sent a cold chill on my back. But that's all right. Everything is all right. This isn't all right. Nothing was ever all right with this person. Adam admired my silence for a moment before leaning closer. What is it you want, Luna? Ask, and I will give everything of me. I want to. Oh, I can only hit them with the wrench. Hit them with the wrench. I braced my feet on the ground and swung, the sound of the glass cracking sharp in my eyes as impact traveled down my shoulder. Adam made a sound like a strangled mystic cry, dropping to their knees and clenched at their head. Typical space helmets shouldn't clack under that kind of force. They were supposed to be bulletproof, and you crack your skull sooner than you crack your helmet. But the company was cheap. And for once, that was to my benefit. Luna? My eyes widened as I stumbled back. The worms dripping out of their head slapping willfully against the grate before drilling the rest between the crevices. I already knew they couldn't possibly be part of my crew, but seeing what was essentially a suit full of worms did it for me. Luna, I bang in their hit for good measure, with a screech, scattering more worms across the floor. Luna! I gripped my wedge tight, abandoning their crawling form to splint down the hall towards the emergency escape pods. Luna! The walls and floors creaking and groaned as I ran, controlling in shape to trip me. I right myself into the furling of my arms, coughing for breath as I threw open the hatch for the escape pad and cramp inside in a mass of limbs. I buckle in, hands shaking as I flicker buttons and dials for the ignition, heart painfully hammering against my ribs. The countdown flickers on screen. The vessel shuddered to life. In 9, 8, Luna! I scream, jump in my seat. Adam clawed at the pod, in worm-like entails, pulsing and budging between the clacks of its shattered helm. 6, Luna, Luna, Luna! 5, it giggled softly, sighing in mock disapproval. 4, you know it is useless. 3, so smart. 2, but a tiny bit stupid. 1, the lights, the buttons and dials reset. Reset with narrowing clicks. The pod gyros to stop. I was left staring at Adam's cracked helmet as it splitters its laugh, sounding more insect-like. You can have a tantrum. I do not mind. It leaned against the glass helmet, thumping as it tilted its head, that love-struck way characters do in cartoons. I will wait. Its fingers tapped playfully against the glass, disoriented humming coming from the mass inside its head. It sat there frozen, my body unable to even tremor from shock. I kicked my feet, refusing to look away. My voice sounded distant and muffled, even for my own ears. What are you? Adam stopped. It's rhythmic tapping. Talkative so soon. I can't do anything else. It stared at a moment before giggling, shoulders shaking with mirth. Candid. Very true. What am I? It seemed to consider a moment before knocking its helm against the glass again in excitement. Do you remember, Luna, many moons ago, on the ship? I was small, weak and hungry. I left my brains for the inking of what it was talking about. A stowaway? Was it possible? I was ready to die. But I sneaked into the mailbox instead and find crunchy bits. Food? You found food? The, edibles. Yes. Joy and pause. But I find food to find problem. Your friends, mean and nasty, hasty, surround me like moon lions. If you're gonna be stealing our rations, of course they'll be pissed. The worms whirled wildly, as if in anger. But I was so small and weak. They want to crush me under boots and bury me alive. Every single face stormy. All but yours. They paused for a moment, reminiscing. The worms calmed. You looked at me. Mercy. A star among the black holes. Their tone softened to that of reverence. Do you remember? Holding me in your glove. Do you remember? Shooting me into space. I shot you into space? That sounded like a death sentence rather than a rescue. And then it clicked. 6 months ago. You got into the dog food, didn't you? It picked up, nodding eagerly. Mariah had found a pest, digging through the supplies and eating through half the bags. She called the whole group to catch it while I was busy repairing the hole it crawled through. Caught in a jar, shaken and punished into trying to survive. For just trying to survive. Kara suggested throwing it in the engine furnace. Marcus wanted to pick it apart. The others chimed in other horrible, torturous methods out of boredom, while letting it out of the airlock hatch was so easy. I ran off with it, just as they started bickering. It was no bigger than my palm. I just thought you were a endangered species. In an honest, cheerful way, I did. The markings matched, didn't they? It let out a chirp of amusement. You're very smart with the ship, but tiny bit stupid with animals. They sighed longly, tracing a circle over my face with a finger of the glass. I remember your smile. I cannot forget. I never forget. You saved my life, Nova. My kind action with spades. You are getting what you deserve. The pod shuddered, screws spinning loose, dropping to the ground with a muffled clicks by my boots. I watch in horror as worms start squeezing through the holes. Swarming in the way, they land in my lap, my arms, shoulders, the gap around my collar. I could feel them curl around my ear, brushing against my cheek, propping against my visor. More and more, piling on and on. Get them off me! Unbuckle myself, kicking open the hatch as Adam stepped back in time. Bursting out of the pod, I scrambled to flicker away the horrid things off my body. Struggling at the sensations, still ghost over my skin. Adam watched, hardly offended. Haha. I got impatient. It snatched my hand before I could finish riddling myself of the worms. The remaining ones curled around me, sticking to my clothes and skin in a way that was almost affectionate. Now we have our home ready. What would you like to do, my Luna Nova? Home? It nodded slightly. Home. Ship. Right. Adam took over bid the Dyra. Even now I could hear distant creaking and dull rumming from all around us, transmitting gentle tremors from under my boots. Like the ship itself had come alive, breathing. My voice came out meek and numb. I want to go back to Earth. Adam shook its head. No. I am better than any planet. I can make anything. Here. It cupped its palm together, and something started wriggling. Oh, what? Something started wiggling beneath its glove. Small colored pebbles rolled into its hands from the cuff of its sleeves, growling into the pile before presenting them to me. Scrumptious! I recognized the dry pellets instantly. It's offering me dog food. Sir, I like cats. I gently nudged its hand back down. I can't eat that. It gasped in shock, an intense pout in its voice. Why not? You can eat anything, yes? You told me so. That doesn't include dog food. It sighed and tutted, the worms wiggling around about annoyance. Fine. I want to cook what to cook. I paused. Are you talking about Kyra? I dig her brain. I dig her brain for a recipe. Pitiful. What does that even... Never mind. I don't want to know. Something in my confusion, Adam had hidden the kibble away. Suspiciously muffled crunchy noise coming from within its chest. I eyed it warily. What were those even made of? It had a mouthful, it giving me a cheeky grin. Me. My body shuddered, squinting down into the gaping head wound. It's like, I don't want to eat you. The smell of burnt eggs was very intense. I don't want to eat worms. They laughed nonchalant. It will not taste like worms. Did not even look like worms, remember? Oh. I can make you some cat. No, not gonna eat a cat. I do not know what a cat is, but Luna can show me. I'm not gonna eat a cat. Would you like your own cat? I briefly imagined an animal made of wiggling black worms. No. I ignored the nausea collecting in the back of my throat at the thought. That's fine. Pointing at its helmet. Doesn't that hurt? It made a confused noise before realizing where I was staring. It's like fresh air. Fresh air? Adam really is just worms. You're really not mad at me? You said. You returned favor so. It shocked its head quickly. It will never ever. You could do the hitting again if that's what you want. What? No. That'll be crazy. Then again, what did I expect from something not even human? I stared at Adam's remove my glove. Raising my hand with a firm grip, Adam nudged into me, carefully avoiding nicking me on the jagged edges. The smooth glass rubbed against my palm as the worms retreated within its helm, avoiding touching me directly. Except for this one. Oh wait, no, that's his hand. No, that's my hand. In the heart. Oh, it moves when you move. Even then, it let one stray worm curl around my thumb, the texture cold and foreign and strange. I could feel light vibrations on my skin as they let out a happy hum. We will sing and dance and fall in love, Luna. I cleared my throat awkwardly, resisting the urge to turn my head free. I think you've been a little too optimistic for your own good, Adam. It chattered happily at the sound of its chosen name on my lips. Optimist. Of course I am. You have no choice but to like me. Its hold tighten around my wrist. And do not ever think of escaping. I will hurt you. I will hunt you. I will find you. And we will start all over again. I gulped. It's like, yep, Yandere. What if I asked nicely? No. Stay. But stay. I swallowed thickly, not daring to move my muscle or protest another word. I don't think I'll be held hostage by an enamored parasite worm extraterrestrial thing. The whole situation was bizarre. I expected to wake up under red lights again if I tried hard enough. This is crazy. It tutted in satisfaction. What is this? What is the saying of that melody? No. I don't know because I can't read Spanish. Since when do you speak Spanish? You used to be my angel to wave. The lights over our head dimmed, the reflection of Adam's helmet illuminating the look of dread in my face. Now I could be yours. And we dance. And synchronized rotation. And that was Astronaut. If you like my content, please subscribe, like the video, help out, and comment down below. I'll see you guys next time. I won't put the link in the description because I found out I put a link in and I got a strike on it. So just name will be title in the comments. No link in the comments. And who created the game.